I don't see how this could possibly be exciting news, but Sims 5, if you're a Sims fan, you've probably been looking forward to Sims 5, at least somewhat. I know recently people have not been happy with the way EA has been handling things because they are constantly just nickel and diming you for every little thing. However, a lot of people were excited about Sims 5, or as it was called, Project Renee, because we haven't had a new Sims in a while. And of course, we just saw recently that Life by You was canceled. Having a new life sim game in the pipeline is definitely exciting news. Like right now, we have what 𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙢𝙪 and Paralives, and we've been talking about them for a while, but we haven't seen anything out. But it looks like Sims 5, or at least Project Renee, has also been canceled. So we're not going to be getting that either. Life by You fans, sorry, none of that. Sims 5, none of that either. So basically, the things that we were looking at possible changes from previous Sims games is one, it was going to be free to play, which I believe Sims 4 is technically now free to play for the base game. But this one was going to be free to play. It was possibly going to be online, and it was planned to be on mobile, PC, and consoles. So you would have cross saves possibly, so you could play on one, go on to another. Not sure, but possibly for that. However, a individual working at the company did leak something saying that other plans were that you would have to pay for the DLC, which is pretty similar to how The Sims 4 works, or even The Sims 3. Their DLC was much, much larger, so you get a lot more bang for your buck than you do nowadays. But the other thing was that there might have even been a battle pass. There's no battle in The Sims, but you would basically buy some sort of thing, and then you would have a series of accomplishments that you need to reach. And once you reach those, you can unlock more things. Recently, I was playing Sims 4, and there was actually a thing a couple weeks ago where they were doing this, where if you log in every day, then you could unlock a series of the first day it was like I think it was like a new hair color or something like that, and then the next day it was you could unlock this mini fridge, and the next day you could unlock this podium or something like that. So basically they were all in-game assets, but they were slightly different color palettes or whatnot. So, that might have been an experiment to see if this battle pass kind of idea could work to keep people logging into the game or whatnot. But anyway, all that looks like it's out the window because a no, they say they're a former employee. I don't know if this is actually true or not, but supposedly they leaked something, and it was a list of games that EA was working on, and Sims 5 was right at the top, and it said Sims 5 Unreal Engine 5 for PS5 canceled. I didn't mention any of the other ones, but it's probably safe to say if it's canceled for one, it's canceled for all of them. So it looks like no more Sims 5. Also on LinkedIn, the lead character artist recently left, and also the senior game designer recently changed their status as working on Project Renee to working on Sims 4. So it looks like they have been moving people around away from this Project Renee and onto something else. If you were a Sims fan and you were looking forward to whatever they had in the pipeline, I don't know. I guess you're gonna have to look elsewhere, unfortunately, because yeah, Life by You's gone. Maybe Enzoy will come out eventually, or Paralives, or as some people are saying, it technically says that Project Renee is canceled. So maybe Sims 5 was not Project Renee. A lot of people were basically assuming that because it has all the Sims DNA, so a lot of people were assuming that it would be Sims 5, but there is the possibility that it actually wasn't. That might be hopeful or wishful thinking on some people's part, but either way, I'm sure we'll get a Sims 5 eventually, but it looks like it's not coming anytime soon. So,
What would you think the reasoning being for canceling it, Adam?
if I had to guess, I would say it's probably they were because as we know, they were trying free to play, they were trying on mobile, they were trying all these things. It was probably for whatever reason the formula wasn't working. They were probably having trouble with maybe cross saves, or they were having trouble trying to make a game that would work on mobile and work on PC on because you can get a game like say Genshin Impact or was in the Zone Zero or something like that. Basically, what you do is you make it on mobile first, and then you upgrade it to the PC version. So you get it to use controllers or a keyboard or whatever. But the games are very simple. I mean, the town in Zenless Zone Zero is super tiny, right? You just got like a street to walk around. Whereas in something like The Sims, if you could make a mobile version of The Sims, they had Sims Mobile, but everything is scaled down. So I think if you're trying to make it that it'll be able to live up to the PC version of the game, it's not going to work on mobile. If you make it a mobile version and you try to scale that up to the PC, it's going to feel very small and very lackluster because it's not designed because we have what a PC version should look like as opposed to some of these newer games, like I said, like Genshin Impact, which you can design on mobile first, and then there's no template for it. You put it on PC and you're like, okay, it's just a scaled up version of it. But on Sims, you would look at it and you'd be like, wait, this is way scaled down from other PC games because you have something to compare it to. So that might have been part of the problem. It might have been the fact that they were trying to go online and a Sims thing online they might have struggled with that and getting that to work. It could be any number of things.
Nice. And we have a wonderful follow-up story. Antoine, tell us about The Sims 4.
One of the reasons maybe Sims 5 fell down is that Maxis being the developer, EA being the publisher, decided to double down on The Sims 4, actually. Sims 4, which is September 2014, so it's nearly 10 years for them. So congrats. And they are still going strong because on July 18, you can go on a developer gameplay live stream to show you the gameplay of their next extension called Lovestruck, which is actually coming out on July 25th at the price of $55 Canadian, 54.99, whatever. So 55 Canadian. And in this new expansion, so it's called Lovestruck, so you must have guessed that it will focus on enhancing the romantic aspect of the game. It will introduce a new world called 𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙦, the city of love in Spanish, where you will find dating spots like parks, food stalls. You will have some special place like a single hangout lot. So plenty of new place to explore and date. You will also have access to, I can't even remember what's the name of this app on the phone, the Cupid's Corner dating app, which let the Sims create profiles, match with other Sims, and plan dates with lots of different customizable options. So if you are not lucky in real life, the Sims 4 have you covered. The Cupid's app, actually. Anyway, no judging there, of course. Additionally, you will have some new romantic interaction, such as cuddling in a heart-shaped bed. You'll have stargazing and sultry dancing. Anyway, and finally, you will have a new skill, which is, of course, the romance skill that Sims can develop to unlock some new interactions and abilities. So here we go. Maybe Sims 5 was too expensive. It's much better to simply release a $55 DLC. If you're a long time fan of Sims 4 and you bought everything from Sims 4, in the end, it's a very well profitable game for Maxis and EA. So why wouldn't they keep doing this? Especially if you play on PC, because I'm sure I was never really a big Sims fan. I think I played Sims or Sims 2 way back. And I'm pretty sure there's plenty of mods on top of the DLC and everything. Sims 4 at least is a very winning formula because Live by You is gone and 𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙦 is not there yet. They are uncontested and they're in their patch and it's working well. So keep milking the cow, Maxis. Go ahead. It works.